Be a very short little impromptu video. Uh, I'm I'm not going to dive into a bunch of explanation because I want to keep this video as short as possible so I can get to using this. Essentially, the only time I've ever used a weighted vest of any type was my standard issue IBA when I was in the Army. And I loved wearing that thing just because it was like a weighted vest. Everything I did, the calisthenics, the marching, the running, everything was weighted, and it was very good for you physically. Of course, in the Army, we did a buttload of ruck marching, and I love that. Very good for you. So I've been getting that itch. I've actually already started dieting about 10 days ago. I've already lost 6 kilos, trying to shred some of the body fat down. Obviously, my muscles are a bit flatter because I'm a little bit depleted. There's not as much glycogen. I'm low on carbs and everything else right now. Part of the process, I'll replenish that later once the body fats come down some more. But part of this process is I want to get a weighted vest, especially because Chinese New Year's coming up. I'm going to be traveling around Taiwan. I want to be able to do a lot of running, rucking, climbing, whatever, with weight on my body. So I hopped online, started looking at the prices of weighted vests and plate carriers, and it's unbelievably, it's just unacceptable. If you don't mind paying those prices, that's cool. No shame on you, but for me, that's unacceptable. The prices are ridiculous. And I thought, well, I don't even need the plates. And I started noticing that a lot of these prices are without the plates. It's just the vest itself. So I was going to make my own from scratch. Turns out I didn't have enough leftover material for my last project, so I scrapped that. And instead, I just went to a local tactical store and I bought these. These are like these MOLLE vests, right? Essentially, it looks like an IBA, very similar to an IBA. This was less than 20 bucks. When you factor in the actual exchange rate, this was probably closer to $16 or $17. And we don't pay sales tax here, so it was a flat 16 or 17 bucks. I got this one in tan, and because they were so cheap, I also grabbed this one in black. And the cool thing about this is that, you know, for less than 20 bucks, for just over 15 bucks really, it already has this, looks like an actual sappy plate, but this is just to, I guess, keep the thing safe. I'm assuming they must use this for airsoft or whatever. This wouldn't stop much more than a BB, but I have all this scrap steel in my workshop, and even if I was going to buy steel, brand new blank steel, and cut a shape, buying raw steel from a big facility like you're buying in bulk is so much cheaper because you're buying per kilo, but buying a kilo of just raw steel is a fraction of the price of buying a weight plate, no matter how cheap the weight plate is. So I made 2 of these. This is basically just the plate steel stacked on top with the taper on the edge. I welded it together. So this one plate weighs about 10 kilograms. I didn't taper the corners. I might decide to do that, depending on how it fits, but I just wrapped it in duct tape, some real good outdoor UV resistant duct tape to kind of seal it a bit and also, you know, prevent surface oxidation, give it a little more grip, that type of thing. But I'm just going to slide these into this vest in place of these fake plates here. So you can see, not much different in size, just the shape is different. I'm just going to slide these in the vest, and we're going to round up. We're going to pretend like I paid $17 for this vest, no tax, because there's no sales tax here in Taiwan, and we'll pretend like it would have cost me a full $13 to buy 2 of these, because 20 kilograms, 10 each. $13 for the plates. That would have been a grand total of 30 bucks. And again, you have the Velcro, so you can put your name badges on there. You got all the MOLLE rigging. It's made of 1000D nylon, so it's UV resistant, it's abrasion resistant, it's resistant to mold and mildew and fungus. So even if you sweat it and then don't wash it, like these are tough. These are good to go. So this thing works. Sorry for the casual clothing. I had put everything together. I didn't add any of my patches, no nothing. But I put everything together earlier, took off my casual clothes, put on shorts and a t-shirt, and actually went for a jog in this thing, and that was much tougher than I remembered. Haven't done that in years, but it worked well, even without getting this thing finely tuned, because you can adjust the shoulder straps to your exact, like to have the height carry the weight as high or low as you want. You can of course adjust these side straps so it hugs you just right. And I did a quick adjustment to get it close enough, but I haven't used this thing enough to really get it dialed in exactly where I want it. But I did throw it on as it was and did a little exercising outside. Broke a sweat almost immediately. This thing's actually heavier than my old IBA was. This thing, I put 1-inch thick steel plates in. So this weighs, just the plates alone, weigh over 20 kilograms together. And then of course, I think this vest itself, the actual tactical vest, by itself weighs around 2 kilograms. And then of course I've started adding little carabiners now and patches and things like that. So the thing's probably right around close to 50 pounds, not quite, but probably close to 50 pounds. Like I said, it's not set up perfect yet, but it is comfortable. It's distributing the weight very well when I'm moving around, when I'm twisting, back and forth, movement of the arms. I have full range of motion. If I jump, you can see it's not jumping up and hitting me in the chin. This thing is doing a good job of catching my lat and not raising. It's pretty good. And I'll tell you one thing, as I was talking to you just now, I didn't notice it until just this moment, but my thumb is being stuck in. This is actually the first time I've done it. I didn't do it at all earlier, but now my shoulders are getting just tired enough from carrying this load on and off all day that I guess I instinctively reverted back to the old thumbs in the strap to pull it away and relieve some pressure. This feels weird. It's very surreal. I mean, on one hand, I want to talk about nostalgia. I mean, it's making me smile like an idiot. It's a surreal feeling having plates strapped to my body again. It's just, it's cool. It's fun. I haven't felt this in over a decade, but from a functional standpoint, like exercise, as cheap as this vest was, I said it's good 1000D nylon. Everything's thick. It's got all the Velcro. It's got all the stuff. I don't think it's the top quality in the world, but it's thick enough and the stitching is of good enough quality that this thing feels absolutely secure. And I actually think that, not comfort-wise for me, but theoretically for the material, for the vest itself, I think it'd probably hold 2 or 3 times as much weight before it really started putting stress, any substantial stress on the stitching. With this weight, I'll be the one to give up or fail before this fabric does. So despite the fact that this was a budget option, it's keeping it secure to my body. It has all the adjustments and straps I'd want. It has these individual straps in the back that you can pull tight to get it cinched to your body in a hurry, which I've now removed because I don't like them hanging down. But yeah, I can add my old patches. I can add carabiners. I can hook whatever. I could throw my phone in here somewhere. I can hook my little microphone to the shoulder strap. It's easy to remove these straps and take the thing off, adjust it however. This doesn't just work, but I'll say this works way better than I expected it to. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing anything with this. It feels rugged, it feels secure, it's putting the weight where it's supposed to be, it's keeping it secure to my body the way that it should. I have total freedom of movement and full range of motion like I'm supposed to. It's I'd say A+ in every category. I honestly cannot imagine I will ever upgrade from this. Now, if I were theoretically to have one of these 511 tactical vests or vests or one of these other competitors from Rogue or whatever, if one of those were to fall into my lap, of course I would be grateful and I'd use it, but this feels awesome. This feels pretty good. I can't imagine paying out of pocket literally 10 times as much or 15 times as much for one of these fancy ones off of some name brand website. Would be much better. And again, the benefit is that this is actually technically bulletproof. Now that's not why I made it, but I mean, I've seen ballistics tests done where they'll shoot 5.56 or 308 rounds at various thicknesses steel plate, and it seems like 5.56 can get stopped by a 1/2 inch plate, which are around 12.5 millimeters, 13 millimeters. 308 will still punch through even at distance, but if you step up to 3/4 inch plate or around 18 millimeters, 308 gets stopped dead. So, and of course, all the small arms fires is stopped as well. This is a full inch thick. It's nearly 26 millimeters thick. So even though that's not why I built it, it is a fun little piece of knowledge that it's not just pretending to be a plate carrier. It technically works as an actual IBA, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, again, all in, if you were going to buy the steel like I did, if I had to go out and buy the steel just for this project, it would have cost me 12 or 13 bucks for the steel. And I paid 15, 16, 17 dollars, somewhere in there with the exchange rate. I'll say 16 bucks for this actual plate carrier. So the grand total would have been less than 30 bucks. But since I already had the steel and that project already paid for itself, I mean, I didn't have to pay anything for the steel. It was left over from something else. All I had to do to set this up was spend 16 bucks on the plate carrier. So really, I've got a fully functioning, nice, rugged, weather resistant, tear resistant, UV resistant, mildew resistant, full-fledged, all the MOLLE attachments, and it's holding what's actually technically bulletproof plates in here, and it cost me less than 20 bucks. So anyway, I think they actually do sell these on Amazon, but Amazon being Amazon, the fact that all the stuff is coming from, like I'm in Taiwan, all that stuff is coming from Asia and it's being shipped to the States and then resold, and there's middlemen. I think that if you find this exact same vest on Amazon, and last I heard it was probably 25 or 30 bucks. I'll do a little turn here so you can see how this looks. But this feels great. I can't wait to put this to use. And I'm going to buy more steel just so that I can actually buy a few more of these vests. And what I'll end up doing is I'll buy different thicknesses of steel, or maybe I'll just buy a single sheet that's 1/4 inch thick or something, or maybe a centimeter thick, and I'll layer it so that I can get the exact shape of that ballistics plate. That way it'll fit even better and be even more secure. And I can also stack them. So one vest will only weigh 10 kilograms. Another vest set aside will weigh 15 kilograms. This one weighs 20. I might even go crazy and have one that weighs 25 or 30 kilograms. I don't know. But yeah, it's very budget friendly. It works very well. And I can't stop grinning like an idiot. This thing, it's bringing back some memories. I can't wait to use it some more. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.